Hello everybody, it is April 1st and it is officially day one of the OWLS. I'm not quitting my day job, don't worry. So, I had a really late start today because I stayed up really late last night. Was I reading? Hell no! I was playing Sims 4. I'm sorry, I was. Yeah, so I'm showered and dressed, and you're gonna see my hair is gonna look terrible this entire series of vlogs because I don't leave the house, as I'm sure most of you are not leaving the house. So there's no point in heat styling damaging my hair, just to sit at home. So that's my situation there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go make some lunch because it's noon. I did start The Lord of the Flies. I'm like half an hour into it. I was doing my makeup and listening. And yeah, so far it's as expected. I'm not mad about it. So hopefully I might try and play some more Sims 4 later and listen to my book. But my kids are a little bit crazy today, so we'll see how that goes. My husband's home for the next 6 days, including today, so hopefully I can get a lot of reading done. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I will update you later, let you know how things are going with my reading today. Hi everybody, it's me. So it is like 9:30 and I am coming at you with my first and only update today, which is fine. So I spent like a good chunk of my day playing Sims 4. I was playing this afternoon with my kids and like they really enjoy Sims 4. I don't know why, but they do. So we were playing together. Yeah, I listened to a fair amount of Lord of the Flies. It is being told with a British accent, so I do have the speed a little bit lower just because of the language plus the British accent. I mean, I don't want to miss anything, so I'm listening at, well, I was listening at 1.2 this afternoon, so it's slow going, and then this evening, like just about half an hour ago, I started listening at 1.5 and I'm reading along with the book, so I'm finding that's a lot easier to absorb what's going on at a higher speed with reading along. Anyway, I am enjoying it more than I thought I would, especially for a modern classic. That's not really my jam, and I find it hard just to jive with the languages used and things like that. I mean, it's much easier to read something in my own slang that I currently use daily versus obviously 50, 60, 70 years ago. But anyway, for those who don't know, Lord of the Flies is a book about a group of boys who are stranded on a deserted island after their plane is shot down. They were being evacuated during the war. And apparently things go real bad for them. Now, I'm not quite at the bad part yet. At this point, they've kind of set up a camp and they've set up a signal fire and like they have someone who's supposed to be like in charge. But I think at this point, from what I can tell, things are starting to devolve real quickly. Like I think shit's gonna go real bad in the next chapter. So I'm excited to continue. I hear like people don't really talk too much, I think because they don't want to spoil it, but I hear it gets pretty bad. So we'll see how that goes. I am signing off for the night. I will hopefully get through another good chunk tonight, but I am really tired, so I'm going to do my best. And I will let you guys know tomorrow morning if things got bad and how bad they got, and if I'm enjoying it still. Hi everybody, it's day 2 of the OWLS, April 2nd, Thursday. I woke up to a snowstorm. Welcome to Canada. What can you do? It is cold, so I get to wear my fleecies, which is nice. I read Lord of the Flies a little bit more last night, and I think I'm over halfway for sure. I think I have 80 or 90 pages left, so that should be done today if I can get to it. If my kids leave me alone, please, husband, please just take care of them so I can read. I am definitely staying off my computer today. I am plowing through some books. My expectation is the end of April is going to be way too beautiful to be inside reading, so I want to try to plow through as much as I can now while it's cold and snowy. I think that's a really good plan, and I'm hoping I can stick to it. I'm not very good at that. Yeah, so I'm gonna get some reading done for Lord of the Flies. I'm hoping to finish it, and then I was finishing up a book that I was in the middle of from, I feel like I've been reading it forever, but Silent Hill Betrayal. I can't recall the author, but basically it is based off the video game Silent Hill, which was one of, if not my favorite survival horror games growing up. I guess I was a teenager when it came out. I can't remember. I think it came out in 97, right? 96? I don't know. I was old enough to play it, but young enough to be scared. Anyway, it was not very good. I finished it finally, but it was a struggle the whole time, and I hated it. I hated the writing. Now, I'm not sure. I read like a really, really, really crappy translation, and I'm not sure if it is a translated work or not. But yeah, it was not good. Mixed between a really crappy translation and like a video game walkthrough. If you know what that is, bless your heart. If you don't, I don't even know if they still make them or not. So basically, I was disappointed. I gave it 2 stars because I liked the story itself, the plot and everything. I thought that was really good. The twists were kind of cool, but everything else was just unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I've been pretty lenient. Like, I've been liking pretty much everything I've been reading, so that says a lot. Yeah, I'm glad it's over. It was part of my Swords and Stars challenge for 2020, so that's another star checked off there. And yeah, I'm about to go downstairs. I slept in a little bit today because, again, I was up late, but I was up late reading last night, so much better. I got up around 9, and then I was laying in bed. My kids came upstairs, and we were cuddling and playing and tickling in bed and all that kind of fun stuff, so I wasted a lot of time there. That's my mommying for the day, period. I'm gonna go downstairs. Gonna make myself some coffee because I am tired AF. And maybe I'll make some brunch because I think it's like 10:30 or something. And then I'm going to get to reading Lord of the Flies. I want to finish that because I am actually enjoying it, and I'm finding it pretty easy to get through considering the fact that like anything old is just hard for me. Like, it takes me a long time. So I tend to not pick that stuff up during readathons because like the goal is to get things done in a certain time frame. But this one's actually pretty easy. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I think people have hyped it up for me, and I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. So I'm going to stop blabbering. I'm going to get to coffee and reading, and I will check in with you when I finish Lord of the Flies, I guess. Yeah, it is the end of the day, April 2nd, and I have not accomplished what I want at all, but I did accomplish a lot. So I did start and finish The Bride Test by Helen Wang. I was waiting for it. I was on the wait list, and I took it off because the wait list was forever and I needed room on my wait list. But lo and behold, I checked the other day and it was available, so I grabbed it. Not sure if I was going to have a chance to read it, but I was just kind of in the mood for a romance, so yeah, it worked out well. I listened to the audiobook. I have mixed feelings about it. So for those who don't know, this is the second book. I don't recall the series, but the first book in the series is The Kiss Quotient. Basically, in this book, it follows the main male character in The Kiss Quotient, his best friend's brother, who is also autistic, and who doesn't want to marry. So his mother goes to Vietnam and finds Esme, who is working in a hotel, and she basically wants Esme to try to get her son to get married because she wants grandkids and she wants him to settle down and all that. I will say that I struggled with chemistry between the two, and I don't know why. It's like in the Kiss Quotient, I liked their chemistry, but in this one, I don't know what it is. Is it like the mail order bride aspect of it that's bothering me? I'm not sure. But even in the Kiss Quotient, I had that nagging in my head about like he's an escort that she hired. Like it just like takes away from me from the story. Like potentially, if I didn't have those feelings, this could be a 4 or 5 star book. But I don't know, the mail order bride thing is weird. I am quite privileged, and I was raised in a situation that I could choose whomever I wanted to marry. So maybe for me, that privilege is affecting how I feel about the book. It was alright though. Like the things that bugged me, the rest of it was still pretty good. Like I wish there was more chemistry between them, and I wish that didn't have the mail order bride feel, but that's fine. The ending was good. The ending was cool. I liked the choices that were made, so I gave it a 3 star. Like, okay, not fabulous, not terrible. Now, if you've watched my TBR, you will know that the bride test is not on my TBR. Now, it's fine. It's a contemporary, obviously. I shouldn't say obviously, but it's a contemporary. So I think that I'm going to mark it in pencil as what I read for Muggle Studies. And if I can't get to the Virgin Suicides this month, at least I have that checked off already. Yeah, I realize now that, like, I don't have enough audiobooks for the OWLS. Like, most of my books are physical reads, which, depending on the situation I'm in, I might not be able to do. I need to find more audiobooks, and I think, like, most of the books I chose, I don't have that option. Like, I have Lord of the Flies on Scribd. I might be able to get more on Scribd, but, like, also it kind of, it's going to restrict me any moment from taking any more books out to borrow. So, yeah, I've been kind of searching my library, but most of the books are not available for audiobook. Some aren't even available at all. It's a travesty. I feel like my library is not well enough stocked online. I don't know. Sad, but yeah, that's it for today. I will let you know in the morning what I decided to do in regards to my reading. Probably pick up something I already have. Maybe Lord of the Flies. Maybe I'll continue my plan tomorrow. Lord of the Flies, and then we'll see what I do after that. Anyway, I'm real tired, so I'm going to go hang out for a bit and then head to bed. And I will check in with you all in the morning. Hi everybody, it's me. It's day 3 of the OWLS. It's a Friday, which normally would be cool, but honestly it's the same as every other day, so whatever. I will say though that I am having a bad physical day today with my chronic illness. I woke up and it was still snowing, so weather not so fun. But I'm going to try and utilize that to get more reading done today. Although I did read an entire book yesterday, so I'm not doing too bad here. But yeah, I do want to finish Lord of the Flies just because I don't like to have too many books on the go. Otherwise, I forget what's going on. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to pick up after that. I haven't had any coffee or anything this morning. I did shower. So yay for me. So not book related or anything, but we were told this week that schools are closed indefinitely, which could potentially mean my daughter's not going back to kindergarten this year. yeah, it's really sad. Her kindergarten teacher is amazing, and basically she's missing out on like 3 months with her. And now I have to be a kindergarten teacher, which I'm not gonna lie, like 25 years ago, that was a great idea for me. I'm not cut out for it today. Also, partially because of the circumstances, I think. Like, I know I'm gonna mess it up. Like, I feel bad for her going into grade 1. The only thing I can hope for is that lots of parents are gonna screw it up. So all the kids will be on the same playing field. But, yeah, that's kind of like mainly what I've been thinking about, is how I have to come up with like homeschooling for her for the rest of the year. I have to potentially do that. I have to, that's kind of an anxiety I'm having. I gotta go make coffee. I am going to pick up a book, perhaps, maybe read Lord of the Flies, and then have lunch. This is literally, in my brain right now, the most difficult decision, and it's really not. But I'm so starved for conflict that I'm making conflict. Cool. I will check in with you as soon as I finish Lord of the Flies. That's the accountability I need right there. As soon as I finish Lord of the Flies, I will check in with you and let you know my thoughts on that. If you don't see me today, it's because I chickened out and didn't finish Lord of the Flies, and I feel bad. Cool. I finished the Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This afternoon we watched Onward on Disney Plus, which was actually a pretty cool movie. But yeah, so we watched that together, and then once it was done, I picked up the Lord of the Flies and I finished it. I actually did like it. I thought the premise was really cool. I thought that the main character was, for the most part, pretty level-headed for a 12-year-old, but not perfect to the point that it was unbelievable that he was a 12-year-old. And I really liked some of the other characters. And then, of course, you have some of the other characters that I did not like. I am torn. I think that one of the big problems I had was the fact that it felt like a lot of the voices were very similar. And so I am glad I was listening and reading for this, like, the last 2/3 or something, because it was kind of hard to keep track. I liked it, but I wish that the characters were more distinguishable between each other. And then I'm going to talk about something spoilery, so spoiler alert if you haven't read this and don't want to be spoiled. Please fast forward to when this book is no longer on the screen, because I have thoughts that I need to talk to you all about. I appreciate the Simon killing, okay? And you do. It made total sense. Everything that led up to his killing was like, okay, like, not that it's right, clearly, but obviously everyone was high on adrenaline. They thought there was a monster, all this kind of stuff. And then he comes out and it's just like, you have that flight or fight, right? And obviously these kids went with the fight, which is fine. The fact, and maybe it's because they made Piggy out to be this, like, nuisance and, you know, thorn in your side. Though he was the smartest person on that island and the only one who clearly could have gotten them rescued in a normal situation. Just to like kill him in cold blood and everyone's still just cool with that, I find that highly unbelievable. I want to believe that boys can be a little bit savagey. Is that even a word? No. But the reality is like, to cold-blooded kill somebody, not based on fear or anything like that, I find it highly unlikely that these boys would be so invested in capturing Ralph after that point and would be actually actively chasing him. There might be a couple, like I would say Jack for sure would keep going, and what's his face, whatever, Jack Secondhand would keep going after Ralph, but I don't think the majority of those boys would keep going. I think that they would pretend to go after Ralph, but I don't think they would actually go after Ralph. The ending kills me too, with the Navy coming. I mean, yeah, they saw the smoke. The whole island's on fire, like idiots the savages are. And then on top of that, everyone just breaks down and starts crying. Like, that feels probably what boys would do, but I feel like they wouldn't go from the entire group of savages barreling through the woods, chasing after Ralph, to sniveling messes in like the snap. Like I said, I believe that most of those kids would not have been in that situation. They would have quit, because even at 12, yes, there's testosterone, adrenaline, all that stuff. I think a lot of them seeing the whole piggy thing in a normal situation would be like, that was effed up. I'm not doing this anymore. Those are my very long, extensive thoughts on the Lord of the Flies. Now it's time to make myself something to eat for supper, because it's like 6 o'clock, 5 to 6. I'll make myself something to eat, and then I'm going to pick up a darker shade of magic. That is what I decided, because I feel like I want to leave A Clockwork Angel to later in the month. So I think I'm going to want to keep going, which I cannot do right now because it's OWLS and I've only allotted one book in my TBR. So maybe I will pick up A Darker Shade of Magic right now. See how far I get on that. And then maybe I'll try something new tonight later on. My husband's playing virtual D&D with his friends. They have a Discord and they're gonna play online. Basically, they're just gonna chat to each other and play like respectively at home. But I mean, social distancing, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna read tonight or not, is what I'm getting at, because I am behind on some of my favorite shows. So maybe I should catch up on that. I also have YouTube to catch up on. I don't know. Hard decisions. Okay. Enough blabbering. I'm losing my mind. The owls and COVID are driving me crazy. I just want you all to know that. Okay. Guys, it's a really bad day today. It's April 4th today, and I don't want to get out of bed. And I don't really want to do anything. And I'm hoping that I feel better tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to get anything done, but if I do, I'll keep you guys updated, or this will be the update for the 4th. Yay. Hi everybody, it's day 5, April 5th, I think, right? Well, I mean, day 5 will be April 5th, but that's today, I think. Whew, it's tough when you don't need a calendar anymore. I will say that. Today, I guess, is the last day of spring break, and then tomorrow we're back to homeschooling. which is going to be a struggle, I think, because I am still struggling today. I did force myself to get out of bed and take a shower and wash my hair. So I guess I'm doing a step better than yesterday, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough weekend. So I am hoping to get some reading done. I am 4,000% going off my TBR and reading something else. Because right now I just need a romantic comedy. That is what I need. So I don't know. I'll see what I can work around, but honestly, I really just want to read The Honey Don't List. Is that what it's called? The new Christina Lauren, The Honey Don't List. That sounds right, I think. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pick that up today. Something light, something, I mean, I'm sure there's probably like, hard-hitting stuff in there because it's about a couple fighting, and then like, I read the first little chunk and there's like interviews with the police, so I'm hoping that it's because something hilarious happens and not something bad, but we'll see. And I'm going to pick that up today. So I'm going to try and read that today. Usually Christina Lauren's books are hard to put down for me, so I am probably going to finish it today. I haven't read any of their series, so I may try and pick something up from one of their series, because I'm running out of Christina Lauren books to read that aren't part of a series. I think I have The Honey Don't List, and then I have Hating You, Dating You, maybe? Yeah, Hating You, Dating You. And then I have Love and Other Words. Those are the only 3 books of their standalones that I haven't read, and I'm reading one today. That's the plans for today. I'm going to try to dig myself out of this mental hole because I got to be a teacher tomorrow morning to my children, especially my daughter. But I bring my son along for the ride because then, like, when he goes to school, it just helps his teacher out in the end. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. We're going to video chat with my mom and my stepdad today, and then I'm going to pick up my book and read for a little bit and just, like, try to be happier today because I do not feel very happy today, and I think part of it is the self-isolation, but I also think, like, a good chunk of it is the hormones. And the problem is that I have no control over that. I'm gonna go get the rest of my day started. Like, I had breakfast and stuff already. I have been up for a while, but I'm gonna go and start to try and turn around my day. It's almost Monday. It's 11:30 on Sunday, day 5, almost finished today. I did finish The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren, and I actually liked it quite a bit. It's not perfect. There were a couple things that bugged me, but for the most part, it was a really good rom-com. And for those who don't know, because it did technically just come out, but The Honey Don't List is about this old, well, they're not old, but like old married couple, and they created this renovation empire. They are releasing a book, and also they're releasing their own Netflix show within the same week, and they're really not getting along, and just before they go on tour, the male of the relationship is caught cheating on his wife, and so their assistants are sent on this book tour to like keep them in check and like remind them, like, your book is about marriage and like be nice, be happy, be in love kind of thing. Anyway, shit gets weird and ugly with them, and yeah, it was pretty good though. I will say that obviously the relationship with the couple was toxic, and I don't like how it ended with them, and also the wedge that was between the two protagonists, which their names were James and Carrie. I just read it, it's fine. The wedge that was put between them, I would feel like she's being a little dramatic, especially with how much she normally puts up with. I thought it was kind of weird. But those are really my only two big problems. And I mean, the thing is with the toxic marriage, like that's the whole point, I think. It's just like how things pan out in the end was really kind of strange for me. But otherwise, I give it a 4-star because I actually really liked it. And the butterflies were there at the romantic stuff. I actually laughed out loud a couple times, so that's always a sign of a good rom-com. Yeah. What am I going to use that for my owls? I have no idea. It does have a heart or multiple hearts on the cover, so I could use it for a book with a heart on the cover if I wanted to. The cover is white, I think, too. Like, it's white, but it's got, like, hearts and stuff. So I could use it for a white book. I don't know. I could just read it as an extra book because I'm probably going to read another rom-com because I need it. I don't know what I'm going to pick up. But I am signing off on this week's Owls vlog. I will catch you all in the next chapter.